Hey guys, this is R2D Tech, and we're back again with actually a really interesting video today. We've decided after a long time to review the Phantom 4 Advanced. It's the drone that DJI have on their website, and we think it's long overdue. So sit back and enjoy the video.
The design of the Phantom 4 Pro, it hasn't changed since the first Phantom 4, which was about, I don't know, almost 2 years ago.
In my opinion, it's one of the best looking drones out there.
Obviously, it's made by DJI, so they make the best drones, in my opinion. I don't know about you, but who cares? But, you know, the design is good. It's a glossy white. But, on the other hand, one of the main things about the Phantom 4 is that it's pretty big, and the kind of square design makes it quite hard to carry in like luggage or something like that. But anyway, if you want a more portable drone, maybe look at like the Mavic or the Mavic Air or the new Mavic 2 in fact the DJI Spark, that's pretty good too. But if you want a more professional look, then maybe it's good for you. So there you go. The main feature that makes it less portable than DJI's other drones is the landing gear, which protects the camera. Because it's fixed in place, so it's quite hard to, I don't know, carry in your luggage. But they give you a nice carrying case in the box, which is made out of like polystyrene. But a nice polystyrene, so it's good. You can remove propellers, which makes it a little bit more portable. But on the Mavic 2, in fact the Mavic Air, you don't have to do that. The design of the controller hasn't changed at all, apart from you can get it in a different model with an inbuilt screen which has a brighter display so you can see it in, I don't know, sunlight if you want to. If that's the kind of thing you want to do. But you can also get like a sun cover if you want, just for your phone or tablet, which is good.
Okay, so now we're just going to run through some of those boring specs that none of you probably care about, but they're still really important.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious!
With range, we've got a whopping 7 kilometers. Now, I know that the new DJI Mavic 2 Pro has come out, and that's 8 kilometer range, but, you know, for the purposes of filming, I don't think you should go past even 2 kilometers, because nowadays you should be filming in your line of sight anyway. Battery life on this drone is ridiculously good. It's 30 minutes, which you won't even need to use more than that anyway. Normally I tend to fly my drones for around 15 minutes and then land, check the footage, and carry on. The camera itself actually films in 4K 60 frames per second, which is basically the best you can do on a really good smartphone these days, or even a good camera. So you won't be getting bad quality footage. Another thing which you can look forward to is the mechanical shutter. Now, we all know that the electronic shutters on cameras read the images in lines. Well, with a moving drone, this will be really inconvenient because you might get some blur because the drone's moving and it's reading the image like in stages. So you'd probably end up getting distortion on the image. So with this mechanical shutter, you won't have this problem because it's basically like an instant shot of the surrounding area. The gimbal on the camera is obviously motorized, and therefore it will deal with all of the movement, so your image will be stable. It's actually a 3-axis gimbal, which is something the DJI Spark can't say for itself. And so your footage should be really small. I mean, don't expect something like on the DJI Ronin S, but you know, it's still amazing. If you want a crazy good camera like DSLR quality, then you should be looking into the Inspire series, not this series.
So now we're going to talk about the intelligent flight modes. There are quite a few of them, but we're just going to go through the main ones, alright? There is the draw intelligent flight mode, where you can draw on the map where you want your drone to go, and the obstacle avoidance will automatically avoid objects, so you don't crash.
So the second flight mode is called Active Track. This is actually a really cool one, and especially if you're doing extreme sports like skiing and things like that. You tap on a subject on the remote controller screen that you want to follow. Could be yourself. And then you just start moving. Do your sport, do your thing, and the drone will just follow you. Now, of course, the drone has sensors on the bottom, and therefore it won't crash if you're going up a mountain. It will just detect the gradient below and follow the gradient so that it can follow you without crashing.
The next flight mode is tap fly, which is basically what you do. You just tap on the screen where you want to go, and the drone goes there. There's a mountain in the distance. You want to go over there, tap it. It will go. So the last intelligent flight mode is gesture mode, which is basically where loads of people use it for selfies. All you have to do is raise your arms, and the drone will automatically put you in the center of the frame, take the picture, which is great because you don't want to be ripping out your camera out of your pocket when you're, I don't know, walking up a mountain. You just want it there, which is good.
So the next feature is something which I find really useful, and it's actually a fail-safe as well. It's called Return to Home. What this feature does is it recognizes where you took off from using a GPS location point. And then if, say, the battery is about to cut off and you're nowhere near home, it will automatically fly back and land where you took off from. One thing which this means is that the drone, as a safety feature, will automatically fly up to a certain height. You can set this flight on the settings, but you have to be aware that if you haven't changed it, it might go really high and you might lose it, or it might hit a plane and therefore you'd be legally viable. Obviously, it's not just a fail-safe, so say you just find it more convenient for the drone to come back to you, then it's a really useful feature which DJI have installed for you on the drone using GPS. One thing which I have found is that on this drone, being a Phantom, a DJI product, it's a lot more reliable than, say, GPS on a racing drone. With this, it pinpoints the takeoff location extremely accurately. I'd say it lands within around 30 centimeters or even less from where you took off from.
I endorse this product.
So one thing which I need to mention before we move into the app is the speed of this drone. So obviously with full controls, automatic controls on, the speed will be much slower than in sport mode. So with full controls mode, you shouldn't be expecting very fast speeds. But then if you're more risky and you want to take it into the sport mode, you can go up to 72 kilometers an hour, which is actually ridiculously fast. And if you're following a car, you could probably do that as long as you're not on the motorway.
So now we're going to talk about the app. It's a good app. You can get it on Android and iOS, obviously. And well, you get a view of what the drone is seeing, and just stuff like that. Yeah. The app is the control panel for all the intelligent flight modes. You can see your battery. You can see basically all the information you need to see, and also if you need to update your drone, the software on your drone, you can do that through the app. So it's a pretty good app, but I would say that there are a lot of updates for the drone, which I think is a little bit of an inconvenience, especially when you're on holiday and you can't update it at the time. You're screwed.
So now I feel the last thing to do from my side is just conclude. First of all, would I buy this drone? Now this is a bit of a complicated question for me because I'm all about portability. I'm all about, carrying what I want to in a rucksack, just a small rucksack, or in my pocket if it's a phone. So I don't feel that this drone is for me, but that's not to say it's not a good drone. So obviously you're getting great camera quality, arguably better than on the smaller drones like the Spark. And you're also getting much higher speeds with a bigger frame and probably better at combating the wind because of its body size and body weight. So if you're just into getting the aerial shot, if it's all about getting that shot to you, you've got a car, you've got somewhere to carry it with, then yeah, it's for you. But if you're like me and you just like to carry a small rucksack with you, and you might want to carry extra batteries as well, then no, it's not for you.
So, the conclusion, the most important part. Well, would I buy this drone? I have done. But I would recommend actually getting one, probably even the Mavic 2, because it basically provides almost the same camera quality for the same price, and you can carry it around with you, stuff like that. It's portable, just better. And with the new Mavic 2, one of the options, the Mavic 2 Zoom, can zoom in, which is a really useful feature. So I would recommend it. So that's it from us, R2D Tech. If you like the video, like and subscribe.